Good afternoon. Actually, good morning. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Midday Break, weather and news update. Good morning. This is Freddie Vasquez with your Basement Politics Midday Break, news and weather update. How you folks doing today on this lovely Tuesday? Nice out. Got a bit cloudy. What do you do? Better than cold. I'll take it any day. Current temperature is 50 degrees. High of 53 today. Low of 39 degrees. Tomorrow will be 52 showers. Low of 46. Thursday, scattered thunderstorms. High of 50, low of 46. Friday, partly cloudy, 57. Low of 47. And on Saturday, it will rain. High of 55 degrees, low of 45. It's going to be a rainy week. Yeah, Friday, today. Enjoy it before the rain. Well, folks, good morning. I wanted to come on to let you know that I will be on tonight to do part 2 of my Exposing Yonkers podcast series. I will be discussing the desegregation case of 1988. Is still racism happening here in the city of Yonkers? Is there undertone of racism that still exists? We will discuss that, as well as individuals who were active back then and are active now, or at least their children are, and we'll discuss those individual folks and talk about it. I will also show some video. It's going to be very interesting. I got some interesting video to show from 1988. That's right. You get to see the inside of City Hall, chamber, council chamber, the council chambers, excuse me, back in 1988. So I'm going to play that video. You don't want to miss it. I will definitely be on today at 8. I have everything ready to go. I was working on it last night, which is why I didn't come on to do my Sunday podcast. I'm sorry, my Monday night podcast, but I will be on tonight. I do want to talk about the marina. It's not going private. That's what they say. That's what they say. I think that whole area eventually will be going private, if you ask me. Yonkers officials said Monday that public park at Marina will not go private. That's for now. They're not done. I hear there's a lot of purchasing going on over there on Woolworth Avenue. Who's buying all that real estate? Man, I wish I had some of that money. You know, I should have bought property. I should have bought property over there, man. I forward thinking. Now wasn't. Residents were concerned surrounding the future of proposed Glenwood Power Plant development project. I hear that has something to do with Ginsburg development. We just want to make sure that in the development of the property, that parkland is not deeded to a private developer, said Elliot Scott of River Communities Coalition of Yonkers. People said they believe the Yonkers Planning Board granted the project's developer a group permit to privatize part of the park. You see what I'm saying? This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. You will start to see this happen at the pier as well. It's only going to, folks, I'm also going to be discussing in future podcasts a place called Pinewood, Georgia, known as the Hollywood of the South. It's almost identical to Yonkers in what happened there and what's happening now. So we get to look at that, and then that'll give us a look into the possible future of Yonkers and where Yonkers will end up once those studios are completely done, right? And that area is going to go private, 1,000%, 1,000%. And if it's not private, it's going to be so expensive that unless you got the money and you're living over there, you're not going to be over there. It's just going to be for movie studio people, guaranteed. Remember, Freddie Vasquez said this. It won't happen next year. It won't happen 2 years from now. But by 10 to 15 years from now, that area will be completely different. Those properties over there will be super high, all renovated, gutted out, redone, and it will be a different class of people. I'm not going to say race. I'm going to say a different class of people, financial class. So you see, they're already talking about the marina going private. Folks, I'm telling you, listen to me. I'm on your side. I need your support. Listen to me. I'm on your side. This is why I tell you these things. It's going to remain city-owned property, and this is going back to the marina, either through an easement, I don't like that, or an access agreement. No, it shouldn't have any agreements or easements. It should be uh, public to the city residents, no matter what. It shouldn't even have to be a situation where you have to have an easement or access granted. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's kind of a real estate term, meaning that it's a piece of land that you get to walk on someone else's property to get to another part of land. So let's say it's like a beach or something, and somebody owns land. They might have a little side walkway area that's still part of that person's land, but it's an easement so the public can walk on it and get to the beach, right? So that's going to happen here, folks. It's going to happen. They're buying up Woolworth. Somebody's buying up Woolworth like crazy over there. They're going to develop that whole area over there. It's going to be more studios that are going to be built. Again, check out Pinewood Studios also. Westchester organization hosts reception fundraiser for refugees. Westchester organization hosts art reception fundraiser for refugees. Westchester's Heart and Homes for Refugees is hosting a fundraising art reception for refugees in White Plains. So there you go. If you are looking to support refugees, check out Westchester's Heart and Homes. Yonkers man who hit mother and baby in car sent to prison. Do you guys remember this? This happened on Lake Avenue. Man was driving. I don't know what was going on in the car, but he made a left onto Lake Avenue, did some crazy thing where the car just went across the Lake Avenue, hitting a car first. It actually hit a former employee of mine's car before hitting a woman who was holding her baby, bringing them into the barbershop there on Lake Avenue, which is still boarded up. They have not fixed it, but the man is going to jail. A Yonkers man who hit a mother and her baby daughter while driving drunk last summer was sentenced to 7.5 years in state prison. Westchester County District Attorney Mimi Roca. Oh, maybe now that she's done with this, she'll get onto some other cases that have been pending for a long time now, right? Announced the sentence for David Poncurak, 44, who pleaded guilty to aggravated vehicular assault. According to prosecutors, the criminal, whatever you want to call him, hit the mother while she was carrying her baby girl and walking on Lake Avenue in Yonkers just before 8:30 a.m. I remember my employee was on his way to work. He called me. He said, "Hey, Freddie, guess what? I need you to come get me." He couldn't move his vehicle. His vehicle had become part of a scene of a crime. So he had to have me go pick him up. Then I dropped him off. It was pretty interesting. Not that the baby, but he was almost hit himself, actually. And he was nearly just hit. He felt the glass actually hit his leg. That was a very dangerous thing. But the baby survived. Luckily, the mother survived. No one was killed. I'm glad this guy's going to jail. He pled guilty to aggravated vehicular assault. I apologize, not manslaughter. He got 4 to 12 years in prison, in state prison. 4 to 12 years in state prison. He's lucky. He's lucky because with bail reform, he's going to be out in 4 months. Now, I'm just joking. Now, National Resources. National Resources is a company owned by a gentleman by the name of Joe Cotter. Welcome back, Mr. Cotter. Lionsgate Studios Yonkers will be the largest new production campus in the Northeast. Absolutely. The largest production campus in the Northeast. What does that mean for Yonkers, folks? What does that mean not for Yonkers? Let me rephrase that. What does that mean for those who are living there now? And I'm not talking about the ones that are spending the big bucks. I'm talking about those who were living there for a very long time because the rent was affordable there. It's going to change. It's going to change. National Resources, again, is owned by a gentleman by the name of Joe Cotter. He owns that whole area right there. He owns the land that Lionsgate was built on by Greenpoint developers. Lionsgate is not the owner of the land, nor did they build the studio. Okay, Lionsgate just slapped his name on it, and they're going to film their movies there. And they may hire people from Yonkers. They said it's going to be 75% of the workforce at Lionsgate is going to be from Yonkers. But before you get excited and before you start to dream of winning an Oscar and getting slapped in your face like Chris Rock, you have to have experience. And think about who are the individuals that are going to be there working, the 75% of the workforce. It's going to be people that are going to come into Yonkers who are already in the industry. They're going to move here now, and they're going to be working out of there. No longer will they travel. Again, folks, that's going to change. Whether you care or not, I'm going to let you know anyway. Anyway, National Resources has secured a $230 million refinancing for the 500,000. Wow. 500,000 square foot Lionsgate Studio, Yonkers, a film production complex in Yonkers, New York. JLL represented the borrower in the transaction. That would be Joe Carter and Lynn something Wood. I forgot her name. Is a woman also. The owner will be using the finance to repay $29.3 million construction loan provided by Sterling National Bank. Sterling National Bank right there took over Hudson Valley Bank. I actually knew a gentleman whose grandfather started that bank, for the development's first phase, as well as to build projects' latest component. National Resources has teamed up with Lionsgate and Great Point Capital Management in the studio venture that owns the project. The first phase, so again, Greenpoint owns the project, okay? Not Lionsgate. The first phase of Lionsgate Studio Yonkers opened in January 2022 when Great Point Capital Management also revealed the plan of a $500 million expansion. That's what's going up over there on Woolworth. That's why people have bought that land up before they go and develop it. They know that Greenpoint and Lionsgate and Joe Carter will need that. If Joe Carter's not already buying the land, but somebody was in there buying up Woolworth. That's going to change, folks. That's going to change for you guys over there. All you folks living on Woolworth, that area is a predominantly Black American, African American, however you want to say it. Some people actually get offended when they get called African American. I had a client that said, I'm not African. I said, I was just trying to be politically correct. She said, I'm Black. I said, okay, baby, you can be whatever you want, girl. You're my client, whatever. And so I say both. Anyway, so yeah, they $500 million expansion into Woolworth area, an area that's predominantly African American. However, I've been seeing a lot of Jewish individuals there, a lot of guys walking around, Orthodox Jews, you know what I'm saying, all over. And so it's kind of changing. I don't think they live there, though. I think they're just buying the property. But I have seen some residents that were not Black there, over there by Ravine. It's like strange a little bit, but I see it changing, but it's strange at the same time. I don't know. It's like, wait a minute. I remember back in the day, I know guys that got shot up over there. You know what I'm saying? They no longer hit at a dice game over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely changing. They're going to be doing expansion in that area to put bigger studios over there. And we're going to become, I'm not part of it, and we're not part of it unless you get a job there. But Lionsgate and Greenpoint they're going to become the Hollywood of Hudson Valley, the Hollywood of the Northeast. Now, going back to what I said about the Pinewood, Georgia, and the Hollywood of the South, when they went and built studios over there, they built luxury homes so they can house the actual people who were working there, but they were flying in. Yeah, eventually they moved there. So eventually, yes, 75% of the workforce at the studio there was from the area residents that had moved in from California and everywhere else. People are getting out of California. Yonkers is better than California in terms of conditions. I don't know if you've been to LA recently. Whoa, the homeless problem, it makes New York and Yonkers look like, no work, like we don't have a homeless problem. It's pretty bad over there. So what's going to happen is the area is going to go up. Everybody's going to be out of there unless you're in the movie industry, unless you got big bucks. It's going to change, folks. It's going to change. It's definitely going to change. Why do you think they're building that school now? Why do you think they're paying attention to schools now? Think about it. Think about it. How long have we needed schools? How long has the Yonkers Public Schools needed new buildings? How long have they needed new programs and all that? Schools with asbestos and all that stuff, right? Don't have laptops, books, not enough staff, overcrowding, right? How long has that been going on? And then now they're building new schools. They built in a new program, 2 new schools going up, one in McLean, and then they got the film arts program, which I'm not knocking. I think that's excellent. Great. We need it. The point I'm trying to make is so people could just peep game, as we say in the street. You got to peep game. Why is that happening now? Because the folks that are going to move into the Hollywood of the Northeast are not going to want their kids to go to crappy schools. And a lot of them, because they will be in the film industry already, are going to want their kids to go into the film industry, right? So they'll put them in these high schools. So they're planning for a whole new set of people. It's like the Great Reset Yonkers style because we are unstoppable, baby. We are unstoppable. Now, do you follow high school sports, folks? Maybe. If you do, well, I'm going to give you some of the scores here in baseball. Eastchester's playing Yonkers. Fox Lane, 4:30. Actually, you know what? Yep, Tuesday's event. Eastchester's at Yonkers at 4 p.m. Fox Lane at Carmel, 4:30. Arlington at John Jay, 4:30. Gorton at Sleepy Hollow at 4:30. Lincoln is playing at Ardsley, 4:30. Harrison at Clarkstown North. Pelham at Yorktown. I'm going to stick to the Westchester. Roosevelt at Edgemont at 4:30. Riverside at Bronxville at 4:30. And is that all? The Hudson, Westchester, I should say. Softball, Rise at Lincoln today at 4 o'clock. Sleepy Hollow at Roosevelt today at 4 o'clock. Greeley at Gorton at 4 o'clock. Fox Lane at Byram Hills, 4:15. Any other Westchester joints? Yonkers at John Jay, 4:30. Now, this is softball, folks. Scarsdale, I'll throw you guys in there. You're close to Mila House. Scarsdale at John Jay, 4:45. Eastchester also at Pearl River, 4:45. Edgemont, I'm close to you guys at North Salem, so I'll throw you in there. Boys lacrosse. Anybody care about that? I'm going to read them off anyway. Let me see. Anywhere Yonkers and Yonkers. No, there's no Yonkers. Scarsdale. Rye at Scarsdale, 4:30. That's all I see in Yonkers going down. Man, Yonkers doesn't believe in. Oh, Ardsley at Blind Brook. Why are they going to play in Blind Brook, man? That's not fair. That's cheating. Dobbs Ferry at Haldane. Eastchester, New Rochelle, 5:30. Both games will be at 5:30. Harrison at White Plains at 5:30. Arlington at John Jay. Girls lacrosse, Valhalla versus Dobbs Ferry at Springhurst Elementary at 4:30. Haldane at Wappingers, 4:30. Nyack at Pelham at Glover Stadium at 4:30. Anybody interested in tennis? We have Hastings at Woodlands, 4:30. And let me see, Harrison at Pelham at 4:30. Rye versus Mamaroneck at Flint Park at 4:30. And Ardsley at Blind Brook, again, 4:30. Edgemont versus Scarsdale B at Middle School, 4:30. Sleepy Hollow at Pleasantville at 4:30. Golf, White Plains versus Mamaroneck. Track and field. Is this really happening on Tuesday? Track and field, Nanuet at Nyack, 4:30. Pleasantville at Westlake. Bronxville at Rhinebeck at 4:30. And that's all for track and field. And I'll tell you Wednesday stuff tomorrow, folks. Anyway, that's the midday break. I'm Freddie Vasquez. I'm going to bring you all the diverse news, okay? I'm going to expand my horizons. However, I'm still going to get in your asses. You know who you guys are. And by the way, thank you for everyone who tuned in to my podcast, The Sage Crime Family. That show blew up. Wow. Thank you, guys. I think that is probably the most viewed in the shortest amount of time. Not the most viewed, but the most viewed in the shortest amount of time. I definitely had a lot of comments. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. I had a lot of text messages, a lot of messages, emails. That one was causing, And by the way, Cater is not behind me. I don't care how much you say it. It's not going to be true, okay? You can say something 1,000 times. It's not going to make it true. Even if you said it 1,000,000 times, I promise you, it will not make it true. Because only if it's true, it can be true. Anyway, they're not behind me, folks. What I do, it's my reasons, okay? I've explained why. I never wanted to be a podcast guy. It's not my thing. No, but I had to speak on the issues that I was having. And the only way I felt like I can do that was to make things public. This is a different animal. It's not like in the street, right? You're in the street, you want to fight. All right, let's go. Let's fight. We could do that. We could fight. That's different. Nobody's going to know about that. But these are officials. So I have to do it in a way, right, that's going to be effective. And I think that I've done so. I think I have. Many of you are not privy to everything, but I think I have. However, I enjoy doing it now. And I like bringing the information to you folks. And so many people have said so many wonderful things that I feel like I can't let you down. I got to be on here every day now, So I appreciate the support. And, sometimes I wonder, are people really, listening? Do they care? Do they hate me for what I'm doing? Not that I care, but nobody wants to be hated, right? So I wonder, and I think about it, and, and I hope that, I am doing the right thing, right? Because again, this is not for me to be famous. This is not for me to make any money because I don't make any money. I have become a little famous. Some people recognize me, I guess, but that's a little scary actually. When people know you and you don't know them, and you know, so it's not really my thing. But that was never the reason. Okay, and the reason was to bring transparency, bring information, and not to strictly support any one group or side of town, because I represent all of Yonkers. I don't care if you're on the west side, south side, north side, east side, southwest side, or southeast side. Why does northeast never? We just quiet, right? We northeast, us folks is quiet. We here in southwest, you're south, you're southeast. But I represent all you folks. Anyone of the any member of the community has a concern, question, comments. I know someone recently just sent a message or comment about something. I will be looking into it. You know what I'm saying? Please reach out to me. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Puerto Rican, Dominican. I don't care if you're Mexican. I don't care if you, whatever. If you're tall, short, if you're ugly, if you're handsome, if you're pretty, you know, I don't care. If you're blind, if you can see, if you're bald, if you got hair, doesn't matter to me because I don't care. Should have been a rapper, but no, seriously. So I do this for the people. So I hope that you guys, you know, appreciate it. At least a good majority of you. I get it. Not everyone's gonna like what I do. I understand that, and people are gonna have problem with it, especially those that I speak on. I get that. My goal is not to make everyone happy. I can't. I don't think anyone can. But my goal is to simply make sure that I am fighting for and champion for the people, all of the people of Yonkers. So I appreciate your support, and the podcasts have taken off, all of them. I guess maybe people are going back to check out the old ones. So I appreciate it. I really do. And as always, I accept comments, questions, concerns, politicwithfred@gmail.com. politicwithfred@gmail.com. Send me an email. You want to just complain, you want to curse me out, you just want to say, yo, you're doing a good job, thank you. Or if you want to send information, everything, as always, will be anonymous. Your information will never be revealed. I will take it to the grave. They will have to. They can't do nothing, even torture me. You know, I got a cyanide pill just for that. Just kidding. Because they're looking for anything to try to say about me. Right? Everything from I'm skinny, which I've always been skinny. I've always been this since high school, since I was born. I've always been same weight. I fluctuate between like within 5 pounds of, you know. I hear the rumors going around about my violations. Oh, I got violations. Oh, if that's the best you can do, then I'm good. Okay, no one's perfect, and I'm far from perfect, but I'm not as horrible as some of you guys. That's for sure. I'm not talking about the audience. I'm talking. The residents. I'm talking about the officials. Okay, because when you steal from the people and you screw the people over, that's horrible. I don't do that. I've never done that. Anything I do is with good intentions and to help others. I've been screwed, but I don't screw people. That's for sure. Okay, and that's what you guys do. So there's a difference. We're not perfect. No one is, but there's a difference on the shit that we have, right? I'm not screwing people over. You guys are. I'm not a racist. Some of you guys are. I'm not stealing money. Some of you guys are. I'm not cheating elections. Some of you guys are. I'm not making hanky-panky with the panky-wanky with the hanky-hanky. Some of you are. So you can say what you want, and you can talk about my 28. I have 28 violations, folks. 28 violations. The building department gave me 28 violations because of the sign that I have. I have a sign, a banner. So what? The reason why I can't get the sign, the official sign up, is because of the permits that they're holding up. So they're going to hold up my permits and then give me violations while they do that. You see the game that they're playing? Now, that's why I started Basement Politics. And trust me, I have some stuff, folks, and I'm trying to keep it in politics. I really am. But if I don't get my permit, I'm going all out. I'm going all out. We all going to go down. Well, I'm not going to go down. I'm just going to close my shop. But y'all going to go down. Promise you that. Peace out. I'm Freddie Vasquez. Thank you for watching. This is the Midday Report. I will see you tonight. Don't forget, tonight I will be on. We're going to talk about the segregation case of 1988. I'm going to show some video from that time period. It's very interesting. A lot of history, and we're going to discuss, is there still sentiments of, is there undertones of racism still that exist here in the city of Yonkers? Yes, we have come a long way. I mean, we have 4 Black councilwomen, for crying out loud. Any Asians? Come on, it's the season for the Asians now. Come on. We have to put an Asian on our government, right? Because now they're the flavor of the month. Hispanics were the flavor of the month. Maybe one of us needs to get beat up. All right, I'm Freddie Vasquez. I will see you tonight. That was your midday report, folks. Again, the temperature is 50 degrees, high of 53. Partly cloudy. Tomorrow will be raining. Bring your umbrellas out. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to join me tonight for part 2 of Exposing Yonkers. We will be talking about, I'll tell you when you watch, the segregation case and the family that was involved, that is still involved here in the city of Yonkers. Were they the reason that the city of Yonkers lost money, millions of dollars, as they were fined $1 million a day for every day that they did not comply with the judge's order? That's right, folks. As a result, they had to lay off a quarter of their workforce here in the city of Yonkers because some people just didn't care. They didn't want low-income housing to come into their neighborhood. They didn't care if they were going to be townhouses. And it's not about color, according to some of them. It's about class. It's about a free ride. Those welfare people just want a free ride, and I worked hard. It's the same old story, folks. Will it ever end? Will it ever?
Freddie wins.
Join me tonight. Desegregation, or should I say, segregation 2020.
Freddie wins. Fatality. Over.